What is going on, everybody? I'm Dr. Professor Luigi, and today I'm going to be showing you another little feature that's coming out in UNU version 6. Now, this is a smaller feature that's more aimed towards skin pack makers. So, if you're familiar, UNU does have support for skin packs. There's an entire template pack uh, dedicated to making it so it's easy to make a skin pack, and I've even made a video outlining how to do that. But with a skin pack, all you can do is change the color of the vehicle, so that kind of leaves things a little limited. However, with this new update, thanks to some features added to some of the most recent versions of MTS, you will be able to define more than just what color your vehicle is, but actually the parts that come pre-equipped to the vehicle. So, for an example, I have the UNU Steed pickup. And so when you place it down, ignore that little thingy there, you get a normal set of wheels, Blackthorn license plate, all the stuff you would normally expect to see. However, what if you, say, wanted a different license plate? Now you could use the tones to make it a different Euro plate like this. However, if you wanted to use the US plate, that's not really possible, or at least it wasn't until now. So here I've got a used UNU Steed, fresh for the Confederate market, and as we can see, now it has the US plate. Now this means that you can actually use the two different plates and have them spawn on the different vehicles. So now you don't have to worry about, oh, I have to have a Euro plate with an UNU vehicle. You can actually have an American style plate as well. Another example of this is with the UNU Director. So when you place it down, it comes with the turbine hubcaps and again the Euro style Blackthorn plate and all that fun stuff. But the UNU Corporate, they have a little different styling. So as you can see, instead of the turbine hubcaps, you have the dog dish hubcaps and the UNU corporate plate, which is, of course, the US style. So things like hubcaps, seats, license plates, even the engines, you can require them or have them have different parts. So if we look over here, this is an UNU 650 that I spawned in. And so if we get a normal UNU 650, this is a base model sedan, and we place it down, we could see that it comes with a white stripe for the tires, dog dish hubcaps, budget seats, and a 6-cylinder engine. Whereas you could, say in theory, make a performance package. Here it's got the standard seats, a little nicer, black wall tires, no hubcaps, and a V8 engine. You could even make it come with things like a floor shifter, fender skirts, all that fun stuff, right out of the quote-unquote factory. And that kind of leads on to another small little update with how parts are going to be handled with UNU. So as we can see here, we've got these bench seats, and they're really neat, but when you take them out, there's that little middle part that gets left behind. Well, not anymore. Now when you take out the seat, and it's no longer the right seat, the bench seat goes away. And so that means you can actually, if I open up the other doors, you can pull the seats out completely so there's nothing in the car, not even the little middle part. And then if you put in a different seat, so if I throw in a standard UNU seat, typing the word standard brings up everything in UNU because almost everything uses the standard seat. You'd see that it does not generate a little middle piece for the cars. So if you want bucket seats, just put in standard seats. So this is a feature that's, again, of course, implemented all across UNU. So here we have standard bench seats. If I go ahead and take this out, the little bench seat goes away. Throw in a budget seat, and there you go. You're off to the races. So that's one of the great little features that's coming out in UNU is some more functionality with the parts. So, for example, things like the Mastodon. If we grab a coupe and a sedan, the owner's manual out of there, we can see that the sedan spawns with wooden wheels, the coupe spawns with wire wheels. Now, just like over here, you can actually define that, hey, I actually want the coupe to come with wood wheels, or I want my sedan to come with wire wheels. And again, this is for skin pack makers. So there's no way to define that if you're crafting the vehicle, but this is an option for skin pack makers, people who make content for UNU. So I think that's a great little functionality that is added to the mod. It's like I said, it's something for skin pack makers, so it's not like uh, a bunch of people outside of skin pack makers are really going to make use of this. It's just a way to make things a lot cleaner. As you can see, my rendering is my frames are dropping. Let me drop my render distance a bit here. So yeah, it's something meant for skin pack makers, so you can have like maybe a low budget tier option, or great for themed packs. Like this is the Confederacy pack, so it has license plates and all that themed towards a more rural area and poorer. The Confederacy compared to you could be in the Confederacy or you could be in Blackthorn. But yeah, there's a lot of things like that. Changing out the hubcaps, changing out the tires, just like how you could before change out the colors. As you see, this comes with the cyan wheel. This comes with a plain wheel. You can just do all that kind of fun stuff. So it's a great option for skin pack makers, and a lot of the stuff within UNU going forward into version 6 is going to be oriented more towards customization. We can see another little sneak peek over there of all that. So yeah, it's just another little feature, and I hope that more people make skin packs, and even with stuff like this, you can make like a performance pack where you have a bunch of, like for example, with this black sedan here with the black wall tires and the V8 and everything, you can make your own like performance mods for UNU. So you make your own stuff, so without having to make an entire vehicle, Jason. So I think leaves a lot of opportunity, and I'm excited to show you all more of what's going on to kind of follow in that vein of more customizability. And finally, the last thing, which I almost forgot that I wanted to include in this update, is customizable parts. So I did mention that you could, in theory, swap out things like fender skirts, more cosmetic items. Cosmetic modifications are going to be another big part of UNU. So, for example, I have this Quality DVC steering wheel. Now, if you're familiar with the convention, you know that there is a thing in the convention that lets you swap out different parts, and one of them is a steering wheel. Now, you can also do this with the pedals, but if you plop in the steering wheel, as you can see, it replaces the default wheel. So you can have your UNU Mastodon with a DVC steering wheel. And of course, this is going to apply to all UNU vehicles, so we can even do it. Okay, well that one is messed up, I guess. It's supposed to. Oh, yeah, that's because that sedan is a little different. So here we go. Boom, new steering wheel. There we go. Bam, a new steering wheel for the Steed, because you got to have that racing wheel for your truck. And so you'll be able to swap out a lot of cosmetic items like that. So including things like, for example, when you install a floor shifter, let me grab a vehicle that has a floor shifter and a floor shifter. So as you know, UNU does have a lot of accessories. And so you can plop in a floor shifter here. Oh man, I keep lagging hard. And this one's messed up, but you could put on a shift knob. This should have a default shift knob on it, but it looks like I got the numbering wrong. So you swap out your own steering wheel, your own little pedal faces if you want to put billet pedal thingies, all that fun stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be the focus of the UNU version 6 is more customizability, more modification to make your UNU your own, just as was done with the configuration tool that lets you do things like lower your vehicle. So if I go ahead and you can slam it down and really make it whatever you want. And so then we got the visor, the external visor. So yeah, definitely to be more focused on customization on a more visual aspect, as well as the performance stuff, which I'm going to be holding off for a later update. I also want to announce that I do have an ideal release date set up for UNU, and that is going to be November 12th. So if you're looking at the date that I'm recording this, that's going to be in 10 days. So I'm really excited. I'm going to drop some more teasers along the way because there are some really cool features that I have not mentioned yet. Now, fortunately, one of those features, a couple of those features are going to be dependent on this screwdriver, which is new functionality I added to MTS, but the Don Bruce has not yet approved my pull request for it. So that might not work. It all just depends on if Don Bruce accepts my pull request or not for the screwdriver. But yeah, of course, this is an unscripted video, and so I don't have any fancy editing or anything. So normally, this is the part where I plug my stuff. So if you're done watching this, you don't want to hear my rambling outro, go ahead and end now. But as always, I appreciate everyone who supports me on Patreon. So we've got 6 patrons now, which is pretty cool. And normally I put the $1 tiers names on the videos, and then I say the names of everyone else. But since this is an unedited video and I don't want to edit, I'm going to say everybody's names, and I'm probably going to keep doing that until it becomes too long to do it. So for the $1 intern tier, we've got Crowded Storm, 77 Ford, and Timothy Banks. I appreciate the support you give, even though it is $1. That's one more dollar than you had to give because everything I make is free. So I really appreciate it, and I hope you enjoy getting to see the sneak peek stuff behind the scenes. For the $5 test subject tier, we've got Ronald Medea and Please Don't Use My Name. And finally, of course, for the $10 tier, we've got Ender the Strange, big supporter of Patron. So of UNU in more ways than just Patreon. So I appreciate everyone who supports me on Patreon. Um, it's really cool to see that kind of grow. And like I said, it gets you early access to the packs, gets your name mentioned in a video. And I do appreciate everyone who supports me over there. It means a lot, even though some might say it's only 6. I say it's 6 more than 0, which is really nice. All right. And with that, for everyone else who downloads and enjoys UNU, I always want to say thank you to you as well, and to everyone on the Discord. The Discord has almost passed 1,000 members, which is pretty cool. I always prune it anytime someone hasn't been seen for more than a month. So I have an automatic pruning on Discord. So those are people who are at least online once a month, which is really neat. So I'll have links for everything in the description if you want to check it out. But that's rambling over. See you with the next update video when we start grinding gears and getting into the really, really nitty gritty of what is getting added to UNU. It's pretty exciting. So I'll see you then.